Hello again, traders. Right, it's drizzly outside, and I've done so much today already. Swum, used the gym, traded, had umpteen cups of coffee, walked, been to the local market. I mean, living in Asia, Southeast Asia, is just unbelievable. Anyway, back to the point of this video. Scalping is my edge. The 3CR, the 2B reversal, um, that I've been focused on for the best part of 20 years now is, I realize, is my edge. I realized something very, very early on, and I've never been able to. I'm out of this trade, by the way. This is 1% running now. I took it before I went out on my hunt around the local market. Um, but I realized very early on that the only way I would lose fear and greed, and my first trade was taken to that level, by the way, or just below it, because that's yesterday's daily pivot, but old levels, I've noticed this, and not many people will tell you this either. Old levels will cause problems to your trades, or alternatively, become an excellent target for your trades. This is the old daily open from yesterday. That is highly likely to get tested. So all of these things on my charts are there for a reason, and the reason they are there is to enable me to understand where I'm likely to have a problem. In other words, where I'm likely to uh, see the price hit and then reverse on me, or not totally reverse, but have a pullback. Now, I've always said, why would I want to suffer pullbacks holding? And I tried this, and I've seen it happen, and I'm sure a lot of you have too. Holding trades all day to watch it go up 20 pips, then back 12 or more, or even to the start, you've moved to break even and you got taken out, and it'll do 40 pips and then go back maybe to the start, or just 50% of that back to 20, and so on and so forth. Well, I mean, I mentioned the Robin Hood thing again. um, he says continuation trades are the best. Now my jury is out on that. It's great because it's made me focus more on continuation trades, and in other words, getting back in a second full size trade. Whereas I was very much of the view that if I've made my daily money, then walk away. And I probably did that for about 10 years. And I did, it was a bad thing to do, but it was a living. And what I mean by that is 3 or 4 years into this, I finally cracked it. The best way to trade was trade the European Open, which is 7 a.m., or actually trade before the European Open. Get out before the big boys in Frankfurt at 7 a.m. UK time start to mess around with price. So I used to have a rule: get out 5 minutes before 7 a.m., and that was my rule, and I stuck to that rule for, I don't know, 8 to 10 years, something like that. Went out, played golf, walked the dog, went out with the wife for the day, and all that lot. Um, Here we go. This is going to possibly hit that target. Yes. Now that target was related to recent candles. So anyway, I've finished my rant, as it were, the point of this video. It'd be interesting to see whether it hits that level too. Um, Scalping is my edge, and that I now, if you follow me, you would know I can put open my charts, as look at the hour, look at the time of the chart, and then do my multi-time frame analysis to see whether all the time frames align. I've explained it here, and I've explained it on Twitter in depth. You just got to search on this YouTube channel or search on Twitter about the multi-time frame. That is for me the holy grail, because as a scalper, I needed to work out how I can sit down, open my charts, and almost always find a trade. I mean, this is the middle of the Asian session. It's actually 4 o'clock in the morning in London, in the UK, where I'm from. I mean, everyone said, you know, you can't trade it. It's untradeable. Well, I beg to differ, but I probably would have listened to those people. In fact, I have listened to those people. Um, but not when you understand multi-time frame candle closes. In other words, we're here at 4 o'clock. I want to be looking at the hourly close and so I look at the hourly chart, and then I want to see how the previous 30 minutes closed. Come on. So many indicators on here, apologies. So I want to see that it closed green. Everything says this should still continue, and all the other stuff I do as well. So I could look at the H4, I didn't, but we might as well see here, and I've sort of changed the tack of this. So let's put a level on that old daily open as well. There's a 3CR here as well. So we'll leave both of those, well, we'll leave the 3CR level highlighted, which we're attacking now. And, the logic there is that it is an old level, a significant level that I believe, because I believe the 3CR, having studied it for thousands upon thousands and thousands of hours and developed it. And then Aaron, Intrepid Noodle on Twitter, kindly built the indicator for us totally for free and without any help from me, which I find absolutely mind-blowing. So now we've got the level on the 3CR and we've got the level on the daily open. And H4, what was that telling me? Well, the RSI histo was green, so that was good. The 4-bar this, although that does change, so you have to learn how to use that properly. And the arrows will print and then go away. So technically you could say that repaints, but a couple of bars down the line, if that's an H4 arrow, you have to make sure that H4 is closed. If it's an H1 arrow, same thing, M30 arrow, same thing, and so on and so forth. So, because it won't repaint after the close, as far as I'm aware, but it's all new and it's a work in progress. But that makes sense to me. So have we hit that 3CR level to the pip? So H4 was green, although I don't really bother too much about that, but again, work in progress. H1 will have closed green. I think I showed that at the previous hour's close. This one is what I call flickering. It's still live. That could change color. M30 prior to the entry was closed green. M15, okay, that's gone through that old pivot level there, and then it has hit that three. You saw me draw that. I've just drawn that on there, and it's hit that 3CR level to the pip. Now that should tell you something about 3CRs and what I'm trying to show you, stroke teach you, whatever, on here. And it should still go onto that massively strong level, yesterday's daily open. So, but nothing is set in stone. That green arrow there, has closed, but it still doesn't mean, actually it relates to the highest time frame that you're using in the 4. So the 4 hour is open. So that was a slight misdirection earlier. You have to wait for the highest time frame on your choice of time frames to close in order for that arrow to stay there. So it's not the current time frame, it's the highest time frame, as my logic would understand it. So I mean, lovely, great big move. This is a 2B here actually as well. You can clearly see that on the, there you go, there. So this area here is where the buyers and sellers changed direction. The sellers took over. So it stands to reason that that will potentially get tested. Doesn't have to, but that's what we're doing with 2Bs. And I've talked about this thousands of times. So back to the scalping. Um, your scalping enables me not to rush trades, and that's massively important for any new trader and older trader if you're going to rely on scalping uh, to eradicate FOMO. And by eradicating FOMO, fear of missing out, you or I am enabling myself just to chill, totally chill, go out, do something. I know there are dozens of times of the day that I can trade. H1 closes, M30 closes, M15 closes, M5 closes even, and I use M1 for the entry. And then upwards, H1 closes, H4 closes. Even, in your head, or in my head, I can visualize H2 closes. You could go on forever. So, and that is the important thing, the message I'm trying to get across. If you've got an infinite way rather of entering trades, choosing when you want to enter. I mean, there are flat times of the market. A very, very lazy way to describe trading is consolidation, distribution, sideways. There's no sideways on a tick chart, for Christ's sake. Well, there is a little bit, excuse my blasphemy. But, people say M1 is noise. Bollocks. Tick charts are noise. Bollocks. And I used to have numerous rows with all of these wannabe furus, with 10 years under their belt, and they know it all. They don't know it all. They're just too lazy to damn well study the charts and understand things properly. Anyway, I've got a bit aerated now. Apologies for that, guys. I couldn't be more relaxed than I am, ever, actually, in Southeast Asia. So, yeah, I've talked about the scalping. We got the message on there. It's gone now. Enabling yourself to find trades any time of the day is probably one of the best things you could ever do for yourself, because it means you can go and play golf all day long. You can spend all day in the summer holidays with your kids, horse riding, all of those things, speedboating, whatever, motor racing, whatever turns you on. It is there for you to take it, traveling everywhere with your kids. I mean, I'm passing families all wearing rucksacks out here, all in their sandals. The kids, mum, dad, 3 kids, whatever, just living a proper life, in my opinion. So anyway, sorry for the rant. Life is for living, guys. It ain't a practice. Live it. And a laptop or a tablet in a restaurant somewhere, and sit down, you can take a trade. You shouldn't do that, really, should you? You should just wait. Why would you? Why would you? I don't. I mean, I've carried my trading platform around in a van and traded from the top of a mountain in Scotland or Wales, because that's where I woke up. But and that's another story. Or a beach, a deserted beach, side of the road. One of the best ones was on in the Lake District. Trading is dictated by I'm digressing now, but why not? Trading for me is dictated by an internet connection. So it just happened that sitting on, I forget what it was, the A6, I think, actually, in Cumbria, the lakes, beautiful, great big parking area at the bottom of a mountain, me, the dog, and my internet connection. What a fantastic life, really, Sadly, the little dog's gone now, but never ever forgotten. Anyway, I digress. Trading, teach yourself to scalp, teach yourself to understand charts every minute of the day, and you cannot fail. Well, you'd have to be the most stupidest, ill-disciplined, impatient, stupidest trader ever to be able to fail uh, to make multi-time frame scalping work for you. All right. I was just waiting for my coffee to cool before I hit the beach again. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys. Scalping is the way to freedom.